Hey, what's going on, guys? You own a small business. I'm going to help you do a little bit of your own search engine optimization so you don't have to pay us every time. Again, you might even be working with us, and I want to show you what are the core, what we call citations. You know, the idea is you got a trillion some odd websites or something like that, web pages across the United States. And in order for people to actually find you, boy, you got to help Google and Bing understand who you are, what you do, what your name is. So one of the foundational things is, of course, you're going to set up a website with a really clear title. Make sure that you understand what your business name is. But I'm going to show you some of the profiles that you're going to want to set up that will help you start to rank in Google My Business. I'm going to give you the step-by-step of what we do here for small businesses, what we want to make sure that we set up. But these are going to be like when you first get started, what do you want to make sure you set up, right? What are the core things you want to look at? So let's just dive right into it. I'm going to be really practical here. We help you with websites and paid ads, but let's start by looking at what happens when I search my business name. So when I look up Feedbackwrench, I'm going to close. I am the king of multiple tabs. I tell you what. Oh boy. And then I get stuck on a tab I don't want to be on. When you search your business name, now this little thing pops up because this is my Google My Business, but let's take a look at some of the things that pop up here on my particular website. So right off when you search Feedbackwrench, so this is called a branded search. And the idea is let's find out how have we sent signals across the internet that Feedbackwrench is me. Let's find out what that looks like. So first off, you're going to see I have my Google My Business open. Okay. Your Google My Business is probably the most important thing that you could possibly have for your business. Particularly for local. So the way you get started with that is you're going to go to google.com/business. And what you'll see is you're going to come to this. This is the Google My Business. So google.com/business. And what you're going to do is you're going to sign in or manage now and get started. And you're going to give it your business name. You're going to give it some information about your business. They're going to send you a little profile. Now, here's a quick tip. When you do Google My Business, don't mess around with your name very many times. Think through your name and do it once, because anytime you change your name or anytime you change your address, you have to do this re-verification process. And the re-verification, they're going to send you a postcard and you're going to get it verified. And once that postcard's there, if you mess with your address or your name a lot, for sure your address, if you change your address at all, you have to re-verify. So just know, measure twice, cut once. Make sure that you don't mess with that. You don't have to show your business location. There's two options in this. One, you can show just your a service area. It'll still send you a postcard to wherever your address is to verify you are who you say you are. And then, or you could have a physical location, but just know that, if you're a real estate agent and you don't want your personal address showing up, that's totally fine. You don't have to show it, but that's the first one you're going to open up is your Google My Business. That's huge. The second thing is you should definitely have a website, right? The third thing, what you'll notice here is it's my website, and then it's my Facebook page, and then my YouTube channel. Okay. So make sure that you go in and you actually set up a Facebook business page, right? So many people kind of don't know a couple parts of this, right? So first off, you want to go to Facebook. I'm not going to walk you through this whole thing. Bear with me. I'm going to go really fast here because I'm an impatient kind of guy. But essentially what you're going to see here is you can go, where is it? It's like over here, isn't it? And you can go to pages. You go to pages and you can create a new page. But that's just the first part is creating your page within Facebook. The second thing that you're going to want to do is actually, once you get that page created, you're going to go to business.facebook.com. Okay. And all you're going to do is make sure that you set up an ad account for your business.facebook.com. And so it's kind of weird. There's multiple views to get at your Facebook page, and it's super obnoxious right now. So you have your Facebook page, then you have a business.facebook.com profile. Okay, that's another thing. The next thing you have is what's called your ad account. So you have to put your ad account in there, and you'll want to connect. Eventually what you want to do is you're going to get to the business settings in here. Where is it? And the business settings allow you to add managers, allow you to add your pages. You can put your Instagram account in here. You can create a Facebook pixel, and you can get this whole thing set up, okay? But the idea is you want a Facebook page, even if you're not a social media king or queen. And that's what I got to tell you guys. I'm going to show you these things that you got to get set up because it's going to help your business get found. Not only is it going to show up on a branded search like this, but it's actually sending a signal to Google that you're a business that exists. As you have a verified Facebook page, you're going to see that Google and Bing, which is super relevant. Bing is relevant. And I'm going to show you how to tap into this. You got to have it open. So make sure that you open a Facebook business page. The second thing is start a YouTube channel. Okay. So go to youtube.com and then I think it's /channel switcher. So, or /account. And the idea here, build a channel. So hit create a channel. Once you got your channel up, you're going to see that you'll just get into your channel. Now my channel is a little bit different because my channel I've been working on for a long time. But let me show you.
Inspiring more
info. So what you're going to do here is once you've got this open, go over to customize channel. I haven't even updated my little banner here, but when you get into customize channel, go into your basic info. And here's what I want you to do is make sure that you name your channel properly and write a good, juicy description about what your business is. And then what you're going to do is you're going to come in and you're going to have these links. Okay. Another thing that you're going to have to do is you're going to have to go to settings here and you got to get your channel verified. How do you do it? All you got to do is, I don't know where it is. Anyways, when you try and change, there's a verification process, which is in settings. And the verification is going to have you actually text a number to your phone and verify who you are. And by doing that, then you're going to be able to have some more functionality. What you're going to do here is you're going to put in like a title and then the URL to a link that you're going to go to. So if you take a look at my channel here, look at, I've got my website right here. I've got Facebook, I've got Twitter, and I've got Instagram. Essentially what we're trying to do is send as many signals across the internet that all of our business profiles are coordinated, right? So I put feedbackwrench.com and the URL. I put Facebook and then I put the URL to my Facebook, right? And then I go into Twitter and I put my Twitter profile, which we're going to get there next, and your Instagram. So the idea here is we've kind of linked the whole thing and they're all together. And that's just a good thing to have open. So I bet you're rolling your eyes right now because holy moly, we're talking about a lot of different things. But again, I want to help you so that your business has the foundations of good search engine optimization going on, right? So you got your website, you got your Facebook page, you got a YouTube channel. The next thing that I'm going to tell you to do is a little bit different. I want you to search for Bing Places, okay? Bing Places is the Microsoft version of Google My Business. And as you get in here, you're going to sign in. I'm not going to show you how to do this whole thing, but basically as you say, get started to Bing Places or create a new user or an existing user, you're setting up your Bing Google My Business basically. So it's like Bing Places. You'll want to make sure real quick with your Facebook page, the title of your website, Instagram, everything, make sure that you have what's called NAP consistency. Like make sure that your business title, mine's always Feedbackwrench, websites, SEO, and advertising, right? Or it could just be Feedbackwrench. I have a unique name. That's good. But some of you are like Performance Financial or AAA Lawn, and you've got these names that are very similar to other companies. If you don't have that exact title in, that's bad. So just make sure that you name it the same thing as you name everything else. In fact, as you do the Bing Places is the place where you can even just import your Google My Business once it's verified. Okay. So you're going to get set up with Bing Places. Now, Bing Places is really important because when you go to bing.com and you search, like, let's just search, I'll find my business name in here. You go to Feedbackwrench. Over here are your Bing Places. Now, remember, I have 67 Google reviews. I only have 6 Facebook reviews because Facebook is evil and I don't want to show them. Yeah, Facebook bugs me. Anyways, the idea here is we're going to help our SEO, but this is the Bing Places, the Bing Google My Business is essentially what it is. So I'm going to go back to Google, leave that horrid place called Bing. Don't want to be on there too long. Here's the next thing I want you to do. I want you to go type Apple Maps Business Listing, and what you'll see is we're going to add in, it's mapsconnect.apple.com. Now, I think you do have to have an Apple device. And once you get set up in here and get signed in, I better not do that in front of everybody. Essentially what you're going to do is you can actually submit an Apple Maps location. And that's another form of SEO. That's another thing that you'll want to get set up. Those are 2 that most people don't think of. So we got our Google My Business, we got our Facebook page, Instagram page, YouTube channel. Now we've got our Bing Places. We've got Apple Maps, right? I would also recommend that you go on to LinkedIn and open up a business page. So not just your LinkedIn profile. You want to go up here, go to, people are messaging me. Go to work, and then what you'll see is there's a place in here where you can create an actual page. Doggone it, I don't know where it is. I've already created a bunch. So where do you create your page? I kind of forget. I think you go to work here and you go post a job insights. Aren't I helpful, folks? Sorry, I'm not going to keep looking here, but here, create a company page. It's right there. Boom. So once you create your company page, then what'll happen is you can come in here and you'll see there's actually a company page. Now, it's hard to, I just told you to open up like 10 different profiles, right? How are you going to be active on all these? Boy, I don't know, man. Look at that. Look at that physique. That's amazing. Make sure that you get all these open, right? It is important to have all these, but get your LinkedIn page. That's a super important thing for search engine optimization. You're going to want to make sure you do that. Now, here's the next thing you want to do, okay? I want you to type in Google Search Console or the Web Console, okay? And there is a site here called the Google Search Console. Google Search Console is where we're going to submit our site. So I'm going to show you two more things. So buckle in real quick. I'm going to show you how to submit this to Bing. Submit your website and its sitemap to the two biggest search profiles to make sure that you're actually submitted to Google. There's a submission process. Did you know that? Now you do. So go to the Google Search Console, okay? And once you get that in here, you're going to hit Start Now, and there's this weird little process that you have to go to where you're going to go in the upper left-hand corner and you're going to go Add Property, okay? Now, there's two types of adding here. Essentially, what we're going to do is we're going to add your website in whatever form it is. So both of these, you have to verify these in a way. So it's a little bit complicated if you're a WordPress site. You know, we use Webflow. You'll see Squarespace and a lot of these different things. I'll just show you real quick. I'm trying to think if I've got a site I need to do this with. Lonsdale AutoWorks maybe. But what you'll see is you will, real quick, you either say, okay, I'm going to do this for feedbackwrench.com over here, and I hit continue. Or over here, I would like go to my site and find out if I'm using the www version or the non-www. Sounds bizarre, but that's what you're going to do. And you're going to paste the whole thing and hit continue. And it's going to ask you to verify the thing. Now, I've already done this, but in here, it might have said upload an HTML tag or an HTML file, or you could upload an HTML tag. Usually what you're going to do is you're going to put in the meta title tag. I'm sure you guys are digging this, right? This is horrible, but basically you're going to submit it to the Search Console. After you've submitted it to the Search Console, every good website has a sitemap, and it's usually /sitemap.xml. Okay, so this sounds really weird. You're probably wondering what the heck I'm talking about. But if you were to type /sitemap.xml on most websites, that's going to be your XML file. This is like it's a structure, a tree showing all the URLs within your website. And what you'll do is you're going to submit this. Okay, you're going to go to sitemaps right here, and you're actually going to type in that sitemap right here. Boom, hit submit. And what you'll see is that now your website is like hooked up to Google. Okay, let's go to the next one. You're going to go to Bing Webmasters, Bing Webmaster Tools. Bing Webmaster Tools. We're going to do the same thing. And when you get into Bing Webmaster Tools, you're going to have a Microsoft account to actually do this. And once you do this, you're actually, if you go to this drop down, you hit add a site. You can even import from your Search Console, or you can submit the same site again, and it's going to have a very similar feel to it. So if you're overwhelmed with this, if this is something you don't want to do, then call me and I will do it for you, or my team will. Actually, I do most of this stuff, but we'd love to help you out. But these are, boy, I tell you what, I'm just going to end there, okay? If you want to get your website started, you want to get your small business website, get it onto Google My Business, Facebook page, Instagram page, YouTube channel, LinkedIn page, right? Then get your YouTube channel set up. You're going to go into Bing Webmasters or the Bing Search Console and the Google Search Console. Submit your site there. Go to Bing Places, bingplaces.com, and then go to Apple Maps and submit there. That's like, you submit all those. That's a really good start. You're going to have a situation where you've done some really good work around the basics of SEO. So now if I search Feedbackwrench, you'll see. The other thing that you might want to look at is finding some other industry citations is what they're called. So our industry is really stupid and calls this stuff citations. So what you'll see is there's like Zoom info. UpCity. I put my business on UpCity, who just try to scam you for money so that you can have another profile. It's super annoying. Same thing with Zoom info, right? Zoom info is another thing. I had to submit my stuff, or actually, I think this just crawled it right off my website. Little dudes just put me on their thing. Better Business Bureau, you could do that, but I think Better Business Bureau is slimy and I don't like them at all. And so when you get into like page 2 or 3, just try and get your business listed on the different. So here's our Bird Eye Minneapolis Chambers. So Chambers can be really good. Oh, Yelp. I forgot about Yelp. Make sure you go on Yelp. Yelp is pointless for my business. I don't care about Yelp. You can only care about so many places, but the idea is when you put your business on all these things, it's really easy. Last thing, if that was all really annoying for you, if you go to brightlocal.com, you can, for about $100 a year, you do what's called their build citations. You do their local citations. Okay. And you can just get started. You spend $100 and it pushes it out. And basically it tries to get you listed. There's a lot of nonsense out there like Manta.com. Like there's business listings out there that, I mean, when was the last time you checked out a business on Manta.com? But you can put it on Manta.com, right? There was a whole game back in the day of making sure you had all these listings. There is such thing as like industry. So you could type in like accounting citation websites. And I think Bright Local actually does it. But a lot of these websites will have shown you other places where you can like submit your site to have another listing. These things are not huge. They used to be a lot bigger than they are now. Google's not dumb. Like Google's whole thing is to try and make sure that trustworthy, authentic, expert-based websites get served up. And they rely on their own systems mainly for that, but they do rely on backlinks. And that's a whole other conversation here. So hopefully that helps you get your website up and running. Again, that's really annoying. That's just one small part of what we do. And good luck. God bless. Keep at it, folks. Remember, get more Google reviews than everybody else. Spend time prospecting, connecting. And remember that sales is usually what's going to funnel your small business, which sounds really weird for some of you. And some of you totally get that. But head to feedbackwrench.com and we'd love the opportunity to help you out. Love to build you a website and show you how to do some stuff on Google Ads.